This is the story of Hogan, a very special Great Dane, born both deaf and partially blind. And yet somehow, he found his way into a family ready to love him. Not because he was perfect, but because he deserved to be loved exactly as he was. Hogan was born in a breeding kennel, in what they called a faulty litter. To the breeders, he was nothing more than a mistake to be hidden. Nobody really wanted to keep him. Every indifferent glance, every shake of the head left Hogan abandoned in a world that felt too big and too lonely. He was passed from hand to hand as if he were just an unwanted object. At one point, it seemed as if Hogan's fate would be sealed forever in darkness. But then, as if by some strange twist of destiny, a rescue group reached out to Crystal. They asked if she would be willing to open her heart to Hogan. Crystal had always carried a soft spot for the vulnerable, and when she first heard his name, something inside her stirred. The moment Crystal laid eyes on Hogan, everything changed. His eyes, though clouded and not as sharp as other dogs, still carried something powerful: trust and a fragile flicker of hope. With just that single look, Crystal knew she couldn't walk away. Love came quietly, but it was deep and unwavering. To Crystal, Hogan wasn't just a rescue. He was a gift from life itself, arriving at the perfect time. A reminder that sometimes what we need most finds us when we least expect it. From that very first moment, Crystal made herself a promise. Hogan would never again live as someone left behind. He would know a life filled with love, joy, and adventure. He would run through the grass, sniff the spring flowers, feel the warmth of summer sunshine, and savor every simple moment. Things that might seem ordinary, but for Hogan, they were miracles. Crystal was determined that Hogan wouldn't miss out on anything just because he was different. At first, Crystal only knew Hogan was deaf. She and her family tried everything to test him, calling from another room, dropping heavy objects behind him, even shouting right next to his ear. But Hogan never reacted. No flinch, no turn of the head, just silence. From birth, his world had always been completely soundless, but the challenges didn't end there. After a few months together, they realized something even harder. Hogan also had vision problems. His pupils hadn't developed fully, leaving him extremely sensitive to light and with very limited sight. Crystal's heart broke every time she saw him stumble into parked cars or miss a step and fall off the curb. It was like watching an innocent soul suffer under a weight he never asked to carry. There were nights Crystal sat and cried alone, asking herself, why does the world have to be so unfair? Why should an innocent dog like Hogan have to live in darkness and silence? But instead of letting pity consume them, she turned love into action. She found every way she could to make his life easier. Hogan started wearing protective goggles, small goggles that helped his sensitive eyes see a little better in bright sunlight. Crystal trained him using a vibrating collar, not painful at all, just like the buzz of a Fitbit on your wrist. For Hogan, that gentle vibration became a lifeline. Each time he felt it, he'd spin around, eyes asking, "Mom, what do you need me to do?" Crystal and her family even created their own sign language, big, clear hand signals Hogan could understand despite his limited sight. Sit, stay, paw, move over, spin. Slowly, he learned them all. He may not have heard the words, but he felt the love behind them. The most remarkable thing about Hogan wasn't just how quickly he learned, it was how deeply he felt. Somehow, he always knew when Crystal needed comfort. On her hardest days, Hogan would press himself close, as if to whisper, "Mom, I'm here. You're not alone." And when it came to cuddles, Hogan gave them with his whole heart. He bounced with joy like a child until he finally melted into Crystal's arms, completely at peace in the place he belonged. Hogan is still young and growing. At the moment, he weighs about 97 pounds, small for a Great Dane, especially compared to Crystal's first one at 160 pounds and her second at 140. But what he lacks in size, he makes up for in spirit. Life with Hogan isn't always easy. It takes patience, creativity, and endless love. But for Crystal and her family, it never feels like a burden. Every adjustment, every invention to help Hogan live better only brings more joy into their home. Because Hogan isn't just a special needs dog. He's a soul with extraordinary gifts. He proves that being different doesn't mean being less. It means being one of a kind. Crystal often says, "We're the lucky ones." Out of all the families who could have adopted Hogan, fate chose them. And their lives are brighter, richer, and more beautiful because of him. So if you're still wondering whether adoption is worth it, remember Hogan. Sometimes, the very souls the world overlooks are the ones who change your life forever. Hogan may have once been seen as unwanted, but in Crystal's heart, he has become family, comfort, and a light that can never be replaced. If Hogan's story touched you, please take a moment to hit the like button. It gives us the encouragement to share more stories like this. And if you'd like to keep following along with these journeys of hope, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with others who believe, just like we do, that love can change everything. Because maybe, just maybe, this little story will plant a seed of compassion in someone's heart. And one day, another dog like Hogan will finally find the home they deserve.